Well, we've had bonfire night, we've had Halloween, and so it's truly time to get on with Christmas. Yeah, exciting. So I've got a couple of new members of my family this year, so I'm going to need some more crackers. I've been using these reusable crackers for quite a few years. Haven't had to remake any of the ones that I've had, but a couple of new members of the family, it means I've got to do a couple more. I'm using all the scraps and bits and pieces that I've got. I've kind of got two colours. I've got red, which I've run out of, and I've moved on to this vintage material that's got the kind of beige pattern in it. But I quite like the contrast between the kind of light and the dark, the golds and the reds. So I'm going to show you what I do. I'll move those out of the way. So I start with a cardboard tube inner, and they can vary in size, and I've got a piece of fabric that I've cut that goes round, and then there is an allowance to machine along there, so an extra 2 centimetres there, so I can machine down there and make it into a tube. Sometimes I finish the end by turning it over and then over again, and sometimes I do it with a pair of scissors with a serrated edge. Either's good. I have machined the ends to neaten the edges, and I've machined along there. I'm going to turn it around the other way. You could, I've done it on the machine, but you could do it by hand. You could stitch by hand, or you could probably even use glue or something like that. Sewing machine's quick and easy for me. Mine's always up and ready to run. So I'm turning it around so the raw edges are on the inside, and I'm going to thread in my cardboard tube, hoping I've got it about right. Yeah, perfect. So I'm going to thread it to the centre, and then I can tie off one end when I've tied off one end. So I've got about 10 centimetres, approximately 10 centimetres of fabric at each end. And I can tie off the end. This time I always use out bits that I've found that have been on other parcels or other crackers or etc. So that tend to be all different, which means I can fill them all differently as well, so everyone gets an individual one. This time we've got a bit of gold cord, and then we can start putting things inside. So traditionally we have a paper hat. I can go inside. Mine don't have a bang. Got younger members of the family don't like the noise, so I avoid bangs. The very corny joke, which of course is traditional, you have to have a very corny joke in there for everyone to go oh to. And a little toy, and I've got a little reflective thing. Oh, I don't know if I'm going to get that in as well. Might be a bit tricky. I think that'll go down there. Yeah, look at that going. I probably should have put it in first. Might have been better, mightn't it? There we go, it's in. Okay, so I've got all my little treats. You can use whatever you like. I use packets of seeds, chocolates, etc. And with the cord, it's already frayed a bit there, so I'm going to put a knot like that to stop it fraying any further. I'm going to knot this end as well and fray it a bit, so both ends are matching. Like that, and I can tie it on. Then you can have a bit of fun with, I tend to use whatever I can find. My mum, bless her, she had two hobbies, one buying craft stuff and one using it, so I've got quite a few bits and pieces of leftover projects, etc. I think a bit of glue and a few stars on there. Could sew these on again. Probably use a bit of glue. Yeah, they look cool. Okay, 3's good. in theory you could take these apart, take the cardboard out and wash them if you needed to. I haven't had to do that yet. Okay, so you can have lots of fun with that. It's a great craft. And there are some that I made earlier.